Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at possibly one of my new favorite games, and it's from Z-Man Games, and it is called Hadara. Hadara is a 2 to 5 player game where players are taking on the role of an up-and-coming civilization. I think that's the theme. It's probably some flavor text in the rule book, but you know how I am with that. But what I got from the theme when I was playing it is you're taking on some up-and-coming civilization, and you're trying to grow this civilization to be rich, to be powerful with military, to be cultured, and to make sure they don't starve. So you gotta have food. You're also trying to get some purple, which is special powers? I don't know. I don't understand the theme of the purple. But what you're doing is you're kind of drafting cards, and you're building an engine, a tableau. You're moving up tracks, and sounds like my kind of game. So let's go down to the table and see if what it sounds like is what it is. All right, so here's a game of Hadara, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to give each player a player board, all the appropriate tokens. So you're going to have a coin, a shield for military, a little blue meeple for culture, and some grapes for food. Each player will get 2 gold medals, 4 or 8 of these tokens here, 2 of each color. They'll have points on the back and colors on the front. And you're also going to get a starting card, which is going to give you some initiative, some money, and some tracks to start on. So in this case, we're playing with the B side. They're 2-sided. So I've moved up on the appropriate tracks for this player and given them the appropriate amount of money. Same with that player. All right. You're also going to put this board together like this. You're going to put 2 times the number of players for each era of colors of cards. So what that means is in era 1, there's 2 players. So we're going to have 4 cards that we're going to be dealing with here. And the same thing for era 2, same thing for era 3. I don't know if they're all supposed to be on the board like this, but once you see that there's all 2s, you know it's the end of the era. All right, and each player is also going to get this awesome turn summary. It doesn't usually come laminated, but this copy is laminated. It's going to have what you're going to do on your turn and the phases, and it's also going to have the cost of the cards for each of the epochs. Hopefully that's not too shiny, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decide who goes first. So to decide who goes first, you're going to look at the initiative, and it's the lowest. So in a 2-player game, this player is going to go first in Epoch 1 and Epoch 3, and this player will go first in Epoch 2. And because they only get to go first once, they're going to get an extra coin this decade, or this epoch. Then we're going to go ahead and roll. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to draw 2 face-down cards from the deck, and we're going to take some actions with it. So first player gets to determine which deck they want to pick from first. So you can see right here, I am the Phoenix or whatever that is, and that player is the monkey. So you can see on this spinner that the monkey is here and the Phoenix is here. So whatever this player puts their marker at, that's where they're going to be taking cards from. So I think they want to go to military. So once that's done, this all happens simultaneously. Each player is going to take 2 cards from the area where their icon is. So the dragon is going to take these 2, and then the monkey will take these 2 yellows. So I'll flip them up just so you can see them a little bit. And then after this, I'll just play through the rest of this epoch and I'll kind of show you what's going on. All right, so this player has the red cards. The way these cards work is, I don't know how well you can see that, but if you look here, it's going to tell you how much you're going to move up on a certain track or down. Here's how much the card cost, and here's how many points the card is at the end of the game. Not all cards have money or points. Not all cards move only 1 track. Some of them move multiples, like this one moves up 3 on red, down 1. And I'm actually going to buy this one. So on your turn, you have a couple options. You have to discard a card, so I'm going to discard this one. And then you can either buy one for the cost here, put it on your board, or chuck it out of the game and take the coins that are showing on the back. So in this case, I could remove this card from the game, get 2 coins. But I have enough coins, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I'll put it here. I'll pay 3. So I'll take 3 coins, pay it. And then I get to adjust my red track 3. So I'm now at the 4, and my blue track goes down 1. So I'm now at 0. Now, any other red cards that I buy, I'm going to get a discount for however many red cards I currently have on my board. So if I wanted to buy this card, say next round I wanted to buy this card, it would cost me 2 because I have 1 red card here, so I get a discount. So you're kind of like building an engine, making cards more cheap to help you do that thing later. So then it's this player's turn. They have these 2 cards. This one gives 3 points and moves up 1 on gold. I think they're going to go ahead and buy this one for 3. So they're going to buy this card for 3. I'll move them up 2 on yellow, 1 on red, and they have to pay 3 coins. And then they will discard this card to here. And then after that, we're going to take this spinner and we're going to turn it. And we're going to take from the piles where our symbol is. So let's go ahead and play through the rest of this round. Then we'll go to phase B, and then we'll go up to the top and see what we think about this game. All right, so turn number 2. We're still doing this all simultaneously. So this player is going to take from purple. So if you notice on the player board, yellow, red, blue, and green are all represented on the player board. So these 4 sections of cards are going to focus on these tracks. Purple, however, may give you some special abilities that can be done through the epoch or through the game, or may just function with, move up some tracks. So let's take a look at these. So here's 2 purple ones. So these are only going to manipulate tracks. They're going to manipulate other tracks on the board if I buy one. And then the monkey is going to do green. So they're going to come here, 2 green. All right, so let's see. I don't have a ton of money, so I'm actually just going to buy this one. It cost me 2. So I get $3 back. I'm going to move up 2 on blue, and this card's worth 2 points at the end of the game. And then this one will get discarded. All right, and then they're going to have the same options. They have both of them cost 3. They get no discount. This is worth 5 points, so they're going to actually take that one. So they have to pay $3. Denari. I'm not sure what the denomination is. I should have looked that up, I guess, before I started. This will move up 2, and then they'll discard this green one. All right, then we're going to move this. So monkey gets red. And dragon or phoenix gets blue. All right, so let's see. What do I want to do? I have 3 coins. I'd like to get some food just in case. So I'm going to take this one. I'll pay 2. Move up 2 on blue, 1 on green. Then this one gets discarded. Then this player is looking at red. They're just going to buy this one. That's pretty cheap. It's only 1 point, but I think that's fine. So they're going to pay 1 coin. They'll get 4 back. They'll move up 2 on red. And then they'll discard this guy. All right. Then we're going to spin it. So Phoenix is yellow. So Phoenix is getting a look at yellow, or dragon. I'm not sure what it is. And then the monkey is looking at purple. All right, so yellow, I'm just going to do my thing. I only have $1, so I'm actually going to discard this one. I'm going to remove this one from the game, and it'll give me $2. All right, and then this player is going to be buying some purple. They have a couple options. So this one will just let them move up 3 on red. This one, however, is a special ability card. They can take one of these little tokens, and they'll get them up 2 on the track of their choice, basically, for $3. And 5 points, so I think they're going to buy that one because they have the money. So that'll go away. They'll pay $3. That leaves them $1. That's tough. But then they get to move up any track that they want, and I think they want to do yellow. So they're going to do money. They'll put the money token right there. Then they will go like that, and they're done. Then this will be the last pull of this epoch. And dragon gets green. Oh, wrong way. So dragon or phoenix gets green, and this player gets blue. All right, let's see. I'm good on food. I have 4, 5. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy this one. I'm gonna buy this green card. It's gonna move me up on red and blue. And this one gets discarded. And then this player has a choice. Ooh, that's 7 points for 3. Oh, they can't do it. but they're going to go ahead and eject this from the game because they don't want me to get it. So, is that 2 cards? Nope. So they're ejecting this one from the game, and they get 2 coins. And then this one will go in the discard pile. And we will move on to the end of phase A. All right, so if you look at this, after we've done the drawing, then we're going to move on to the next steps, and then we'll start with phase B. So let's just go into the income, or the next step of phase A, and then once we get into phase B, I'll tell you how that works. I probably won't play through it all, I'll just tell you how it works. So at the end of phase A, what we're going to do, or after we've done the draw 2 card thing, we're going to get income. You're going to get income based on where your coin is here. So this player would get 6. This player would get 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a colony. So if you look over here, these are colonies. They're going to have a couple different values on them. So here, your military has to be at 3 to conquer, to at least interact with this colony. It's worth this many points. And then you can either plunder it or integrate it. And if you integrate it, you flip it and you get to move up on some tracks, and it may be worth some more points. So starting with the starting player, which is over here, the Phoenix or Dragon, whatever it is. I think it's actually a Phoenix because there's a dragon right there. They're going to decide if they want to conquer that territory. They do. Their military is at 6. They don't have to go down. They just have to be at that threshold. So they'll take this tile. They're going to go ahead and integrate. So they're going to pay a coin. They will flip. And they will get to move up 1 on red, 1 on blue, which is really good news, actually. Then the same thing for this player. They're going to do it as well. You can only ever have 1 of each. So once, now that I have 3, this player, I can never take another 3. So this player's going to do the same thing. So they're going to take this. They're going to integrate into the society. They're going to flip. It goes up to 7 points, and I get to move up 1 on blue. Mine stayed 2, but I got to move up on 2 tracks, which is pretty neat. Then what we're going to do is we're going to carve a statue. So over here on the player board, it's the statue area. The statue area is going to relate to the culture section of your board. Income relates to the yellow section, and take a colony, the red section references your military section. So what you're going to do here is you're going to see if you meet the threshold on your culture track. If you do, you're able to build a statue. So in this case, this player is the only one who can. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So what you're going to do is you have a couple options. You can use the colored piece, put it in here like this. You will get these points, which in this case is 4, and I get to move up that many on that track. Or I could put this here. I get that points plus 2 more points at the end of the game as like a bonus. So I think right now I actually want to move up on tracks. So I'm going to move up on yellow because I want to get my income flowing. So I'm going to do that. They cannot do anything because they're not at 6. And these points are scored at the end of the game. Then that's the end of phase A. So now let's go into phase B and talk through that, and then I'll explain the one other piece that we haven't talked about yet. All right, so now we're moving on to phase B. Phase B functions similarly to phase A in that we're going to be doing some stuff with some cards. We're going to collect income. We're going to have another shot at taking a colony. We're going to be able to carve a statue. But there's also a couple different pieces, which I'll get to after I show you how the discard part works just one time. So during this phase, you're going to be able to go anywhere on the board and take any of the face-up discards and interact with it. And what interacting with it means is, say it's the Phoenix player's turn. They're going to get to go take a discard. Let's see. I'm going to take this one. So I go to this pile and I take it. Now I have an option. I can either buy it for the coins, or I can remove it from the game and take the 2 coins. That's it. So in this case, I'm actually going to buy it because I need to bump up my income a little bit. So I'll pay the 3, put this down here a yellow, and I get to move up 2 on income. Then the other player is going to do the same thing. Say they want to do, I don't know, they don't have a blue, so they want to get a blue card. So they'll take the blue card. They'll buy it for 3 because they have lots of coins. And then they'll get to move up 2 on the blue track. All right, so we're going to keep going like that until all the discards are gone. So say we've done all of it, all the discards are gone. So let me discard these out so we can just have an actual, the way it should look going into this next part. All right, so all the discards have been bought. So now we're getting ready to move into the next sections of phase B. So then we're going to take another income turn. So we would go here. This player would get 8 coins. This player would get 6 coins. We're going to be able to conquer a colony again. So we've both taken the 3s. So the next level is 9. Neither one of us are at 9, so we cannot do that. We can carve a statue. We'll say this player got up to 6 because we probably would have been higher if we would have taken all those cards. So they're going to carve a statue. They'll go ahead and do green here. They'll move up 2 on green. Okay. Then we're going to get into the 2 new pieces that we do during phase B of the epoch. Feed your people. So the designer here must have been in love with Uwe Rosenberg games, and he decided he wanted to feed his people. So the way that works is really simple. You're going to look at the value where you are on the green track. So in this case, I think I was at 7, I'm not sure. And you're going to look and see if that is equal to or greater than the number of cards you have. So in this case, if I was at 7 or 8, it's fine because I have 5 cards. I'm greater than the card number, so I'm good. Same thing with over here. I'll look at it, I have 5 cards. I'm at 5 with food. Good to go. Don't need to pay, you don't need to do anything, you just need to be at the level. If you can't pay, say I was at 4, what I could do is I could take any of these cards, get rid of it, and then I have to go down on that track. So I would have to go negative, blue 2, and then I would be good to go. Done. Then after you feed your people, you have one more thing you can do. You can buy silver and gold medals. So let's explain what that does. So these gold medals, if you buy one, they're going to have a different cost based on the epoch. So hopefully this isn't too glary. So in epoch 1, gold medals are 6, silver medals are 4. You can buy 2 of each of these per epoch, but you can only ever have 2 of each. So if you buy them all in epoch 1, you don't have to worry about them anymore. So say I paid the 7 coins, which I'll go ahead and do, or 6 coins for this gold medal. What that means is at the end of the game, I'm going to get 7 points for a set of 5 of the colors of cards. So say I had this purple card here still. These cards here would be 7 points. If I was able to buy 2 of them, one set of 5 colors is worth 14 points. A silver medal kind of functions similarly, but you're going to take one of these tokens. You're going to look at the highest track that you have. So say mine was yellow. I would take the yellow and I'd put it here. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to give me points equal to half of where I am on that track. So say I actually went around and I'm at 20. At the end of the game, I would get 10 points for the yellow track because I have a silver medal there. So these are just extra ways to score points. And as the game goes on, different epochs are going to be they're going to cost more money. And then after that, we're going to go into epoch 2. So this player would now be first player because in a 2-player game, it goes back and forth. We're going to go through phase A where we're going to draw 2 cards, keep one, or chuck it out of the game, discard the other, go through all the income, carving statues, taking colonies, all that stuff. And then we're going to phase B, and we'll do it to epoch 3, so on and so forth. And then whoever has the most points after that is the winner. There's a few in-game conditions. You're going to look at your points on your statues. You're going to score for those. You're going to score for your medals. You're going to score for the points on your cards. So like in this case, this card would be worth 2 points. And then you're also going to score 1 point for every $5 that you have left over. And any points that you have in your colonies. And after that, whoever has the most points is the winner. That's how you play Hadara. Let's go up the top. See what I think about it. All right, well, that was Hadara. I gotta say, this game is fantastic. I'm pretty sure the designer of this game is the same designer that did Crown of Amara, which I haven't had the chance to play yet, but I want to. But it seems like his wheelhouse is light to medium Euros, which is what this is. This might be a little more medium because there's a lot of thinking you got to do with some of the cards. But irrelevant what if he designed Crown of Amara, I don't really care. Let's just talk about Hadara. So in this game, it kind of does the Seven Wonders drafting thing. It even has the same theme. But the way you're doing it in this is much more enjoyable to me and something that I feel like I would come to more and more before I would go back to Seven Wonders. So you're going to that pile, you're grabbing the 2 cards, you're either going to buy one, you're going to chuck one to get money, or you're going to discard the other. Then, based on what you're going to be discarding, you're going to try to buy some of those cards again. So unlike Seven Wonders, I may have that hand of 7 cards, I'm going to take one, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to hope that it's going to be there again. But in this one, I'm going to look at these 2 cards, I'm going to buy one, and then I'll put the other one in the discard pile, or maybe I'll chuck a really good one to get it out of the game, and I'll put the other one that I really want in the discard pile. but that other one that I chucked was even better. So I'm kind of, there's a little bit of gamesmanship there on what you want to put in the discard pile. Are you going to remember what's in the discard pile? So when we get to that phase B, we're going to be able to buy cards that we want. I like that we're playing a lot of this at the same time so it doesn't bog down. So when you're taking cards from your area, you're the only one in your area, so you're not going to get anybody's way. When you're collecting income, we're all doing it together. When we're doing colonies, we kind of do it in turn order just to take the tile. But after that, flip it. Statues, we can do that at the same time. Feeding our people, we can do that at the same time. Buying the metals, do all that at the same time. I love that. It speeds up the game, it keeps it flowing, keeps it moving. And I dig it. There's not a lot of stuff that people can do here that are really going to mess me up, other than during phase B when they're taking a card that I can clearly see that I want and they buy it. So indirect confrontation, which is the kind of confrontation that I like. Same as like worker placement when I go to a spot and you want to go to the spot, but now I took it. Same kind of deal. The art on this game, subjective, but I like it. It's normal, like civilization art, I guess. The components are really nice. These tiles, these colony tiles are really thick and they fit together pretty nicely. I didn't show you that in the video, but you can kind of like snap them together like this, which is cool. The insert in the box is really nice. The cards and the iconography is all really great. It's easy to learn, it's easy to play, and I just like everything about this game. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4.5 out of 5. Wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale, it means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy because it makes us feel good, yada, yada, yada. You've heard this 1,000 times. Kicking the dead horse. So yeah, I love this game. I can't wait to find my own copy of this because this is a friend's copy that I'm just going to do the review on because I love it. And yeah, that's Hadara from Z-Man. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.